Hi, everyone. So thank you for joining us in this update. This one was long overdue. We planned to do an update months ago. It's just so much has been on the go, but we know people have been asking about updates for a lot of the things we have going. So we're going to touch on updates on everything. You'll be able to jump to different chapters down below because we're going to be covering a lot of things today. So thanks for joining us.
It's been a while, for good reason, about an update of Blue. I know, which may surprise some of you, given how much in love we were with her. But sadly, we tried everything we could, and she just started to go downhill. And she let us know one weekend that she was tired. She was done of her fight, and so we were making preparations, and she actually went on her own terms, which was really good. So she's buried, and it was really hard, and it's still really hard to see emus because that's all we think about. So whether or not we get back into emus, I mean,
We're not sure. We are thinking about other large birds.
Yeah, like the rhea, which is similar to the ostrich but a little bit smaller, and smaller than the emu, a little less friendly, but we don't read as much about with the leg problems with them, whether or not it's because nobody keeps these birds compared to emu, or maybe they're just less predisposed. So unfortunately, we did our best, and we had a lot of wonderful people jump in and help us to try to help Blue, and she let us know it was her time, but we loved every minute of having her on the farm.
Yeah, and it was great. Everybody's support. A lot of people were interested in Blue. We worked with a really great prosthetic specialist. He really seemed to care about Blue, and he did what he could. Birds weren't his specialty, and he really went above and beyond to help us out.
Yeah.
And it was wonderful. It just wasn't what Blue needed. It was too late.
Yeah. It really was too late. Had we been able to track him down, I think in the very beginning, when it first happened, I think we would have maybe had a better chance of success. But by the time we got to the point where we found him, and it took such time to try to get it right, it was just too late. She was too far gone.
Mm-hmm. And on to other good news. We're talking about Sevut.
Yeah, I don't know if that's good news.
Sarcasm.
So, as we all know, Sevut took a tour around town for a little over a week, breaking out of the pasture there by ripping the fence down, and we've seen her on trail cams, and we did catch her. And so we moved her in the house, so we wanted to try something a little bit different. We had her in a crate in the house. She was not wanting to ever leave the crate for the longest time, I think a week. For us to try to bribe her out with treats, human jerky, just to get her to go to the bathroom. And then I think it was the last 2 days that we had her. Spoiler alert. She didn't even go in the crate. She was walking around and just chilling, and she slept on the floor, and it was great. It was wonderful to see that she was finally coming out of her shell, and we were getting to see a little bit more of who Sevut really was. And then we went to look at ocean properties and came back, and there was no Sevut in the house. So she ate part of our garden doors. She pushed our master bathroom door off the hinges. There's claw gouge marks in the wall. And then we had a window open just a little bit where we were still programming our Tesla satellite, and she actually nosed that up and jumped out. And so it's about a 6-foot drop that from the window to the ground. And so she was gone for, I think, 3 nights. And then I trapped her on the deck, and I think she was ready to be caught, just not really willing to do it on her own. And so we actually reunited her with her mom, and when we took her back and she heard her mom, she was a whole different dog. So she was quite depressed and struggling here. So with her mom, she's quite happy, and while it was hard for us to do that, it was best for Sevut. Sevut is gone, so we still just have our Cujo.
And Cujo's doing wonderful.
Yeah, Cujo's doing wonderful. She is keeping everyone away. She loves her goats, and she's doing really, really well. really proud of her. You know, she reacts appropriately as she should for raccoons and threats and stranger dangers and stuff. So I'm proud of our girl. For
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. So whether or not there'll be a rescue dog come, or maybe it's just a boyfriend for Cujo, who knows?
Yeah, and well, on a little bit of good news when it comes to animals, we did get a llama. I really hope you checked out the video, and if not, please check it out. The llama in a Tesla. We drove it here in the back of our Tesla from a farm here in Nova Scotia. Sorry, zoo. So that was quite an experience. She just barely fit. That Tesla has a glass ceiling. Actually, the whole thing is glass. So that was like a bull in a china shop, almost literally. I mean, that's not in the video, but my frustration or anxiety of that drive, I'm sure, is in the video.
Yeah.
But anyway, we did get her here. Sorry, him. It's a he, Kuzco. If you can guess where that name came from, it's perfectly appropriate.
Yeah.
He's wonderful. He's so soft. He's still shy. The zoo that we got him from doesn't socialize animals the way that we do. It's just not what they do.
Yeah.
They have a lot of animals, so we are really hands-on. So he's still coming around. A lot of people are really interested in him, so we're really excited to have him for people to visit and pet and just
And he's
enjoy.
so fluffy.
He's so fluffy.
He's so soft.
I can't believe it because, the cashmere goats are soft. He's on the same level. And then you get to something like a sheep, and you just can't believe how unpleasant touching a sheep is.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe that llamas are actually as soft as they are. So that's wonderful. So anyway, we'll have more videos of him when he comes around. He hasn't changed a lot since we got him. He's kind of to himself. We don't trust him totally yet, not to try to escape. So we'll just see how that goes. Next up, something I'm very excited about. We're slowly pushing our way toward 100 subscribers. Thank you all who subscribed. It's wonderful. We're so happy about it. So when we get to 100, we're going to be doing a giveaway. We'll be talking more about that and what the prize will be. And all you have to do is watch the video at the time. We'll tell you exactly what you need to do, but it will be a giveaway because it's going to be such an accomplishment for us. We wanted to do something. I mean, it's not going to be huge. We're not giving away a llama, but we are going.
Or a goat. So
yeah.
Keep your mind off having Valentine's.
It's something. It's something a little more inanimate, but it'll be great. So thanks a lot, and stay tuned for that.
And keep sharing with your friends, telling your friends, and hit that subscribe button. And even the views count.
Yeah. And lately, the subscribes have been going up quickly, and it's just been wonderful. So that's just really nice.
Yeah.
And more on what's going on right now. So right now on the farm, we're doing a major expansion out back. We're really trying to get the animals a little farther out back. They're just way too close to the road and neighbors here. So we're doing a huge, maybe an acre or two fencing.
It's really big.
Yeah. So we're going to do that. Hopefully get another, we are going to get another building back there. There's gates, there's a road. It's going to be wonderful. Hopefully we'll be able to show it to you when it's done. Yeah. We're aiming to have it done by next week. There's an area back there for the bees.
Yes.
Which is an upcoming thing next year. So it's all coming together that way, and it's really good. We've been struggling a lot with our fencing. We have very saucy animals. Goats are bad, and our pigs are actually really bad for testing the fence and getting out. So we're trying not to stress out our neighbors any more than we already have. So we're really...
And ourselves, because it is quite stressful when you find out your animal is going... on a walkabout.
Yeah.
As I say that, we actually have a kuni down here at the apple tree who just decides to leave the fence. Unfortunately, they actually eat the fence and keep twisting it until the welded parts come off, and then they just
walk out.
So we're working on that. But it's definitely an eye-opener because we got these pigs because they weren't fence testers.
Yep.
And then these ones are, Pooh not so much, but Piglet is determined.
Yep.
Determined.
So just because they're little, so they don't test the fence in the way that they're going to break down the fence, the whole fence, but they really do test the fence and they make little holes. So really, we might have been better off with a bigger one. And we have been talking about, we are probably going to test out the Manglisa. So that'll be exciting too. We've heard amazing things about the way that tastes.
Yeah.
So that is exciting. If you saw the latest video we had regarding the pigs and their cuddliness, they have a wonderful personality. That's not to say the Mangalista won't also.
Yeah.
But due to his big size, he might actually be easier to contain. As funny as it is,
Yeah.
those little holes, it's like rats. They can make them everywhere. In that way, like it's really, really hard to stop a rat from getting in somewhere. It's really hard to stop a little pig from getting in somewhere.
Yeah.
So that's something to consider. We have options. We will be going electric with electric fencing, but that's not right now. We're at our absolute limit with what we can do for now.
Yeah.
A reason really we got the Kuni, we wanted something a little hassle-free while we got established. It just, they're not, and you read about a lot of stuff on paper, so hopefully through this experience, other people who are interested will know that,
Can you do stairs? No. He's not going to come
the
up the stairs.
Kuni's right at the bottom of the stairs. But, yeah, it's good to know these things because what you read on paper is not how animals always are.
Yeah.
And it could just be individual personalities, but both of our Kunis are, they will try to escape, one more than the other, but they'll both do it.
Yeah, because they really are shockingly affectionate.
Yeah.
So when we're not around, I find that they are less interested in leaving the pen.
Mm-hmm.
But when they see us, they want to be with us, and they get quite worked up and they make their little squeals. But then that's when they start testing to find the weaknesses to come out and be with us.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel, maybe we will bond less with the Mangalista, where it is a larger pig and whatnot. Maybe that will be something we look at while still being friendly and loving him, but maybe less so much of cuddling in my lap, so that he's okay with being in a separate area than us when we're working on other projects. So what's left for 2021? So it's already past Thanksgiving, so it's getting into fall, and we have a lot of big projects that we're still working on, like the expansions and whatnot, and just making sure everybody is winterized. We got our hay supply secure, just your normal things on top of our little projects. But what's left for 2021 is actually quite exciting, because Dean did not want a llama. Didn't want a llama. Does not want a llama. Loves a llama now. So we may actually get a female llama. We have our name on one. She's white and brown, very pretty. So she'll be ready in about 3 to 4 months because she was born on the day we picked up Kuzco. So they're not related as far as we know.
So they could be a mating pair.
They could be a mating pair. So we're looking forward to seeing how that works with getting her. Now, llamas do make great pets in addition to the farm. They are a guardian animal, so they will go after canines, and protect the flock, and they will stand in front of a predator. So it's kind of nice to have multiple protection avenues for supporting Kuzco in her job, especially where she's just alone. So the llama, that's exciting. So October, November, December, January. So we're looking at maybe January. So maybe not quite 2021, but that's still on the ticket for 2021.
Yep.
And then probably by the end of this month, we are getting 2 female fin sheep. So that's exciting because we did have sheep and we did rehome them because we decided we were going to specialize in Vallis black-nosed sheep and enter into a breeding up program. So these fin sheep that we are getting are actually going to be our carriers for AI. Now, where they are right now, they're being flushed is the term that's called. So their food intake and grain intake and everything is being increased so that we have a better chance of a multiple birth because they can have a lot of babies. And then once they are confirmed bred, then they will be coming here. And and we're just going to see how they mother with multiple births, how they birth, their mothering skills, milk production for having multiple babies, how many we may have to bottle for our AI program to know if maybe we should just continue as is and not flush the sheep, or should we flush the sheep and make the most of our AI?
And as we all know, AI stands for artificial intelligence.
No. So artificial insemination. So, and it's quite the process. It's expensive.
Exactly. It's expensive. So that's why we're going through all this with the fin sheep.
Yeah.
There's a lot of money once we get to the point of trying that. So we want to make sure it goes smoothly.
Yeah.
Hence the fin sheep.
And, you know, mothering can change too. So they were great mothers where they are. But when we get them, you know, they could change. Mm-hmm. Animals change when they get moved about and have different stressors. Hi, Deja. So we're excited to see how that's going to happen. Now, that will be a springish birth. So we're going to have a really busy spring because we will be having goat babies. Mm-hmm. We'll be having lamb. Geez.
Yep.
We have a little bit of everything, of course.
We'll have bees. We'll have a lot next year. Yep.
And next year is going to be a really really exciting year, I think, because we're getting into some projects like the AI we'll be doing in the fall with our sheep if all goes well. We'll be getting our bees.
Yep.
Who else knows? Because I like to collect things, so goodness knows what we'll have here. Maybe
Exactly.
some donkeys, mules, horse, giraffe, camel, who knows?
Funny thing is, we talked about getting a camel. Yeah. Actually, that came up. As opposed to a horse, we were thinking of a camel. But when we did our research, the camel is too large. Yeah. It doesn't fit in our homestead idea. Mm-hmm. We don't need... I was hoping, just off the top of my head, when I think camel, I think of an animal that would probably get by with a little less feed, is a little hardier than a horse, but you can also ride, because that's an important factor. But I also wanted the wow factor of the camel. Not, you know, if you want to ride a horse, there's a lot of places you can go around here to ride a horse. But how many opportunities do you get to ride a camel?
Right.
So it could have been interesting. They are big. They are fence testers. That's a bad combination right there. There's just not enough pluses to really go in that direction.
Yeah, and if we needed assistance with training them, there's just nobody available. No. And, you know, while it's exciting to do things on your own and you know, blaze your own path, we've learned with Blue that, you know, eventually, like, you do need certain supports to be available, you know, like vet care and everything. Mm-hmm. Like, who is going to vet our camel? You know, because that's an exotic animal, but it's a large animal, so it's a specialized. So we'd be in the same situation with Blue, should something go wrong with that animal, and that's, you know, that's not something we want to get into. Yep. We have enough going on, so unfortunately that's not going to be in the cards. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I think that's what's on the cards for 2021 into 2022. I can't wait to put up baby goat videos and baby lamb videos. You know, that is really my favorite time of year. Seeing our girls and our boys just become wonderful parents and supporters of the herd. And Valentine was last year's house baby, so I'm not against having another bottle baby.
Yeah,
to live in the house. You know, because he's so cute.
Yeah.
And he's such a cuddle bug. And
you think we have cuteness on lockdown with the kittens that we have?
Yes.
And I hope you guys are watching those kitten videos.
The kitten videos.
Because we get new kittens almost every week. We just got 2 today. That video will be up. It just never stops. And please...
What?
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 Did you say we got 3?
No.
I'm going to rewind that and see what she said. Yeah, what was I even saying? Okay, yeah, the kittens are wonderful, though the number is getting out of control. But, I know what I was going to say. Your guys' sharing and your comments are actually helping so much. Yeah. Just the last batch, somebody on my Facebook made a comment, and that led to an adoption. So that's wonderful. And so you guys are helping a lot. That's why we're doing those videos, to help get them adopted. It's a really wonderful thing. We're helping out the Digby rescue, and you guys are helping us out, and you guys are getting kittens out of it at a really discounted deal
Yeah.
I hate to say deal because we're getting no money, nothing's paid to us. We're just helping them out. But the adoption fee more than is outweighed by how much that vet fee is. So it is a really awesome opportunity. So please, if you know people who need kittens,
and subscribe.
Yep.
You know, maybe now's not the time, but you know, in the future it might be.
Yeah.
You know, because we get all kinds. So we get the ferals. Like our first batch was quite feral, and then you know we get some friendlies. Like the last two batches are just lovely, and these two kittens, these two little ladies, which I don't know if I want to share with anybody. You know, they're very friendly. They were found behind a school, and so we think that they were pets. And someone just was like, no more. Like, I guess you're past your kitten stage of, you know, 8 weeks or 6 weeks, and at 16 weeks you're no good to me. And, you know, and left them. Sweet little kittens. You know, and they can't survive on their own. So it's kind of nice to have that opportunity. And then bringing these kittens down from Digby enables people in Halifax area or farther, but closer to us than Digby, to get these kittens and really make a difference in a cat's life. So it's quite exciting. And we also have, which we haven't filmed, Vogue and Lauren.
Yep.
So they're two that will be ready for adoption. And, you know, we have to work with them because they're very, very skittish. And they were trapped and whatnot. And so we're bringing them around so that they can have a happy ending, just like those first 3 kittens.
And hopefully we can get a video of them even in their shy stage.
Yep.
Because if there's people who want to take that on, absolutely. Yes. Because, well, we don't mind going through the process. That's not to say that they can't find a home with somebody else who would like to work with them.
Yeah.
Because they're all loving kittens and cats. Well, almost all kittens. But we do have those two that do need special care. Yeah. All our others, there's no difference between them and what you get at a pet shop, except ours really need the home, and they're cheaper.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it really saves you in that vet bill.
Yeah.
And you know, I know you hear that a lot, but having been that person who took these cats to the vet and got to see what that bill was, you know, I immediately messaged the people and was like, do you know how much this bill is? Like, the adoption fee doesn't even cover the vet visit. And they're like, I know. You know, and unfortunately that's part of the rescue. And that's why they try to fundraise so much and sell these crochet fish and you know, do these little yard sales, is because it's to offset this so that they can get those homes.
Yep.
And people buy them. But I was blown away by that. You know.
Yeah.
Whether or not someone will buy them though at that price, when you could get those free kittens from, you know, Joe Blow off of Kijiji.
Yep.
Also, would you like to adopt a cat, Deja?
And speaking of merchandise, we will be starting to do some Tangled Flock Farm items.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that more specifically at the time, but it's going to be a super awesome opportunity to help support the animals, but you guys get something too. So donations are all well and good, but that's not really the direction I like. I like to give something.
Yeah.
So it'll be wonderful. It's going to be really great. There's so much on the go. It's hard to even keep up with it all. So I'm glad we have a video. Maybe I'll be watching it in the future to be like, what am I going to do next? Because I can't even remember.
What was on the plan for 2021?
But anyway, thank you for joining us. These particular updates are like journals for us. Yeah. And our very first one is one of our more watched videos. So it's so awesome that you guys watch that. And I really hope you watch this one and keep coming along with us.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, thanks for joining. And we'll update again.
Yeah.